morning. We're going to start a Level 1 training webinar. And basically the Level 1 training webinar is to give you an introduction on what is available for you. It's not going to teach you how to do everything. It's going to just show you where things are, how to navigate around, how to get the answers that you're going to need throughout building your business. So we'll go ahead and jump in and get started real quick. The first thing that happens when you sign up is you receive a welcome letter. And this is what the welcome letter normally looks like. In the welcome letter, it'll give you the points of contact of who you should contact when you have issues or when you have questions. For example, when you have a product question, you go to the product people. You go to sales. When you have web or technical questions, you go to admin. When you have training questions, you go to careers. That way, each person has their own department, and each person can get you the right question answered. If you contacted me personally about part number so-and-so and so-and-so, I have no idea. I might not know how to find it or how to get you the best price or any of that stuff, and it's just wasting your time. So one of the first things we tell you to do is make sure you contact the right person. In here, it also gives your username and password, and it tells you then how to go reset your username and password. And in the welcome letter, it kind of gives you a guide. It tells you, do these steps in order. If you do these steps in order, you'll understand the system. Now, here's what's important for you guys to realize. Because we're not charging you a $30,000 franchise fee, you're not going to be inside of our training center, and we're not going to spend 3 days, 5 hours a day teaching you all of the systems and walking through, flipping through pages of the manuals for you. So you have to educate yourself. Now, if you want to pay the $30,000, please let me know, and I'll be happy to invite you in. But if you just spend the 5 to 8 hours of understanding this, then forever you'll get it. But understand that you're going to have 5 to 8 hours worth of a learning curve, making sure you understand the terminology, making you understand how the software works and how to order parts, how to look up stuff. But it's all very, very intuitive. It's very simple to use. You just have to kind of learn where the buttons are and where to find the answers. So in the welcome letter, we try to help you with that. We try to say, follow this path. So do yourself a favor and follow the path. Also in the welcome letter, it talks to you about going to sales support and reading a few things right from the beginning. One of the first things we tell you to do is read the frequently asked questions. There's 20 frequently asked questions that are asked every single day. And if you spend the few minutes to read those questions, you'll have those answers. They're very common questions like, how do I find this, or what do I do? Spend the time to read the frequently asked questions. And just follow the path, and it'll make sense. So since you get your welcome letter, let's go ahead to your admin and log in, and then we'll walk through this. So when you get to your admin, you go to inkmart.com/admin. You type in your username and password. And in this case, my username is Sales Demo. And when you log in, you'll have Sales Demo, your username, show up here in the upper right-hand corner. Now, if you click on your name, this is where you can then change your password. This is also where you get your affiliate tracking code right here, which we talked about in Level 3 training, or it's available to you on some training videos. If you click the admin home button, it'll take you back to your administration home, where it'll have these extra buttons to navigate around. So let's look around here just for 1 second before we get too far into the training, the welcome letter. In the welcome letter, it asks you to click on the Sales Support tab, and it asks you to go into another page called Sales Tools and look for Operational Tools. On that link, you're going to find a few items that will help you. And this is basically your first couple steps. Back here on the operational, these sales support pages back here, this is where you can find all of your marketing materials, all your sales and training materials, the how-to guides. You can find the links again to the training videos. You can find step-by-step links to what different pages do on the website, for example. So I clicked on Contact Manager, and it shows you exactly how the Contact Manager tool works. In the welcome letter, it tells you to go to Sales Tools operational tools, and in here it asks you to find a couple things. The first thing it asks you to find is this item review checklist. This item review checklist is basically just that. It's just a checklist. It allows you to check off, yes, I've seen this, yes, I've seen that, yes, I've watched this video, yes, I've attended that training webinar, so that you got a good understanding of where things are. Right now, you need to understand there's a great amount of depth within the system. There's a lot of different marketing pieces. There's a lot of different avenues that you can learn and how to go after customers. And this basically just helps you make sure that you're getting exposed to those things. And things are being updated all the time. As a matter of fact, we just updated some really new, exciting stuff yesterday. It's not even on this checklist. But you want to get started here to make sure that you're getting the most out of what's there. Another thing that in that tool tells you to find is a site assessment checklist. And this site assessment form is basically a scratch pad. And that's all this is. And this will help you enter customers, set up the customer's account the right way. You don't have to use this. It's like it is. It's just a scratch pad. You can staple some customer's business card right up here to the top if you want. But what happens is that when you enter a customer, you can find out the point of contact. You can make a little note, yes, I've sent them a snap order icon. You can set up their passwords and things like that. But what's important about this is when you start building customers, you need to know what their printers are. You need to know what their series are, and this is really important, and this is in your frequently asked questions. And the reference that makes sense to that customer. So once you start having a little tool like this, or you know it, you've done it 20, 50 times, then you really don't need to worry about making sure you have every little dot crossed because you'll have it down. But in the beginning, having this information will make it go very smooth for you. So this is the second item that we ask you to look for in the welcome letter. The third item that we ask you to look for in the welcome letter is the customer entering practice sheet. And basically this is just a tool for you to start entering customers. And it progressively starts with the easy customer and gets harder by the 11th customer. So the 11th customer has multiple locations, multiple pieces of equipment, multiple ship-to addresses, and it gets a little more complex. After you enter about 10 customers, it's very simple. You'll understand where to push the buttons. You'll know how to set up quotes. You'll know how to do all kinds of different things. But this is just basically a guide, a little template to help you enter stuff. So that, okay, yes, I am entering a customer. I am picking different pieces of equipment. I am writing special notes and that type of thing. So once you find those three things, you'll be ready to get started and start practicing. So let's navigate around here a little bit, and we'll show you the administration area a little bit. So here's your admin. They all look the same. If you have a sales team underneath you, your admin will look just like your sales reps. The only difference is that you'll be able to see tiered reporting off of them. So let's look around. Here's our sales support link. This takes us to that other page that has a bunch of the sales and marketing materials, right? In your marketing materials, they'll have everything from banners to brochures to your business cards to posters to presentation folders. There's a tremendous amount of things that are back there that you have access to, and you're going to want to look around. You're going to want to see what's there. You're going to want to think about maybe what is a good sales approach for yourself. For example, here it would be a flyer for CPA firms. So we create specific industry flyers because we know these guys print a lot. We have the same kind of thing for medical firms and real estate firms. And if you come up with an idea that you think might be helpful, please share. The welcome letter actually tells you, please come up with your ideas. Let us know what we can do to try to help you grow your business. And if for some reason there's an industry or some flyer that you would like to see, more than likely we'll be happy to produce it. All of the marketing materials that we have are editable for you so that you can actually brand them with your name and your contact information. We want to make sure that the customers are contacting you and not us for simple questions. We want you to develop that relationship. One of the most used tools are going to be these right here. Your business cards, the reorder sticker, and this simple brochure that we give to our clients. So you want to find these things and you can brand them yourselves. Now, on the back of this brochure, it's really a 4-page little brochure, but what's nice about it, it's very inexpensive to produce because it's really only an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, printed on both sides and folded in half. And so it looks like a little 4-page brochure. And on the back, again, you can put your name and contact information. So you have access to this artwork file, so you can have your graphic artist put your name and contact number on it. And you can print this yourself if you wanted to, if you have a nice color laser printer, or you can send it to one of our print sources that we have available. The business card is a simple thing. We have a print source right now that's very inexpensive to print your business cards. And one of the first things you're going to want to do once you get started is establish your ID code. And this coupon code you might want to put on the back of your business card. We're going to talk about that. So before you get your business cards printed, you want to come up with your special personalized code. The reorder stickers, you can print yourself. They're basically set up to be a Avery label template. All you got to do is put your name and phone number in there, hit print, and you can print hundreds of them or off of an Avery label, and it'll look real nice. And then when you get to a customer's account, you can write the customer's account number on there and stick it to their printer, and basically get them handcuffed to you. So these are really the tools you're going to use quite often. In this brochure, it tells the customer to go to inkmart.com and watch the video. So then it'll reaffirm our ordering made simple, and then by using our system, they'll save a bunch of time, a bunch of money, and that's really basically all we need to tell them. So your sales and marketing materials will be in here, your training materials will be in here, industry information will be in here. And this is important too because there's very little learning curve for you on building a product. We don't have to set up a store. We don't have to know how to fix a widget. We don't want you to try to drill and refill cartridges and fill them up with ink. So the learning curve on the industry is pretty small. All you need to really understand is the difference between the terminologies. What's the difference between an OEM and a compatible? You want to make sure you know how to get to our warranties so the customers can see our warranties. You want to understand how we can actually warranty their printers. If the customer uses our product, we'll even warranty their printers. And so you want to know that. You want to be able to find that, and you'll find that in here. So in your sales support tab, basically, this is images of the website. Here's links to training videos. I'm going to be creating another training video actually this weekend. Somebody had a good idea. So if you have ideas, again, share them. Marketing materials is where the print ad stuff is. Sales tools are operational instructions and industry-specific instructions and learning. Training events, usually we'll put calendar of events here, so if you want to see if there's something going on this weekend or you want to schedule a special event for you and your team, they'll show up here in your calendar. This link right here is for frequent asked questions. Like I said, there's only 20, maybe 25 frequent asked questions that happen all the time, so please take the time to read those. The training videos, just watch them in order. It starts with number 1 and goes to about 14, and they cover everything that we talk about on our webinars, and they cover every aspect of how the software works. So you can watch it over and over again. In the print portal, this is one of our vendors. You can go there directly and order online. In your welcome letter, it tells you that one of our vendors you can order directly online because they have the materials already. We also give you another source of a print vendor that we found recently to be very, very aggressive on pricing. So you might want to try them. Brand Store is for merchandising materials that you might want to have handouts and giveaways to your customers. They'll automatically brand them for you. The prices are there. So everything from, giveaways to shirts and caps and, everything that you might want to have is all sitting there for you. Up here in the main header links, this is where you're going to normally do all of your business activity up here. So you will click on your customers, and here's where you're going to find all your customers. And if you have 100 customers or 1,000 customers, you can come in here and search. There's different filters to be able to find customers. This keyword search right here, if you knew a customer's name was Hank, you could type in Hank, and it would find everybody that has Hank on your files. So it's a very intuitive way to navigate around and find your customers. In your customer list, you can change the display. Of course, you can here have how many do you want to display per page. You can filter through pages. It's all the normal stuff that you would expect in a big e-commerce site. This column will show your user's name. So when you set up a customer, this would be their username. This would be the point of contact, the email address. This would be the point of contact. And the rest of these are all pretty explanatory, right? Order count, how many times they've ordered. Their order history, you can click on here and see old orders. So if the customer says, oh, I ordered this before, you can click there and actually see. Quick order forms is how we actually create the quick orders. We set up those quick order forms for them to be able to just log in, order what they need. A new order is basically a counter ticket. So if you just wanted to create a quick order for the customer, like you just wanted to, they want 5 items, and you don't have to make a quick order form for them or a recurring order form for them. You can just go right there and order 5 items for them very simply. This is also where we create quotes. One of the ways we actually create quotes. There's a couple different ways we can create quotes. We can create quotes and email them to the customer. We can create quotes and have them sitting available for the customer when they log in. And we'll talk about that in level 2. And this button right here resends their username and password. So that's kind of how we navigate around to your customers. And we're going to dig in here a little bit. In a little while, we're going to actually create a customer. We're going to create a quick order form. And we're going to send them an email and do a few things. And we'll see how this all works. The next header up here is for some of your sales tools that you're going to use every day. So here would be your order management. I can actually go here and see what stage one of my orders is in. So I can click on there and see that my order for AAMCO transmission has already been shipped or it's pending. I can review those and click on them and drill into that order. Quote management, same thing. This is where we would be able to review quotes that we have pending for our customers. Coupon management is where we're going to create the special coupon codes for your customers. And you can create a dozen different coupon codes, and you can create programs and track different coupon programs, and you can see which one's being successful or not. The fundraising is exactly the same thing as the coupon code, but instead of giving the customer a discount, it actually is going to donate money back to whatever group you've assigned to that fundraiser. Creating a snap order is a way that we can email that snap order icon to the customer. So it'll show up in their email box, and when they then click on the email, an icon like this will automatically populate onto their desktop. So then, with this sitting on their desktop, they can come here and click on it anytime they want and order their items. In this particular case, I emailed a quote to the customer using this snap order icon. Daily Task List is a simple CRM tool, and there's instructions on that. But basically, you can check, do I need to follow up with a customer? Do I need to run a report? Do I need to get a bid for somebody? And it'll tie to that customer, and then you can view what was done or what needs to be done for a specific customer if you wanted to. For example, well, let me just come back to that 1 second, and we'll walk through all these in a minute. And the last column over here is usually another place you're going to be often. Here you can see your sales reports. So you can drill in here and see your sales activities, each order, You can find out the profit on different orders. If you have a team of people, you can actually drill down to the sales team member. You can actually even drill down to different customers or different fundraising or coupon campaigns and find out how profitable those are. So you can run the reports inside there. So let's navigate around here. We'll look around, and we're going to actually create a customer. We're going to create a quick order form. We're going to send some of these tools. We're going to use some of these tools so that you can see how they work. Now, at the end of today, I don't expect you to know how to do all this stuff. The idea is to show you what's available. Now, let me show you one more important tool. This tool right here, this live support, most of the time this is off. And it should not say live support, but that's just the way the default is. But this allows you to get access to our team almost right away. If you have a question about product support or something like that, you can type it in here, and it's going to actually get text to a number of the team members. And they can actually text you back. They can actually just text it back and say, okay, this is where you should find this, is how you should find it. Or it might be, we'll get it to you tomorrow. So even if this says offline like it does right now, go ahead and use it, because it'll end up getting text to a few different members of our team, and they'll try to answer your question. Nothing in our business is ever an emergency. I mean, if we have to give a quote to a customer or a bid to a customer or something like that, it's very, very unusual that somebody would run up to you and say, I need to have this by right now. And our business isn't that stressful. People are going to recur and order this stuff all the time. So once we educate the customer, once they start ordering regularly, it becomes very easy to do. Your whole job is then just customer service and being friendly with your customers. So if you have questions on a product, you can't find something, if you've read the frequently asked questions and you don't know the answer, use this live chat window and you'll get the answer. They'll try to get back to you quickly.